Before moving on to the two-port network, first we'll see some initial conditions, some points for initial conditions. Okay, this just some important points. Why these initial conditions are useful? At times they will ask for the exam. So they are necessary to evaluate the constants during the during the solution of a differential equation. The knowledge of the behavior of the elements at the instant of switching is indispensable. So for this non-linear switching circuits, we should have the knowledge of the elements, how they behave before and after switching, and the knowledge of the initial values of one or more derivatives of a response are helpful in checking the solutions. Okay, all these are required, and it is useful to know the elements individually and in combination, which is required for analysis of the network. These 4 points are required for the initial conditions, to know what is the importance of initial conditions. Okay, so we'll move on to the next part of the fifth module, that is two-port networks. See, two-port networks, the figure is drawn here, which has V1 and I1 at one side. Okay, and we have V2 and I2 at the other side. So this is V1 and I1, and this is V2 and I2. Okay, a network consisting of two pairs of terminals, it has two pairs of terminals, is called two-port network. So port 1 is referred, this is the port 1, is referred as input port with variables V1 and I1. So this is input port, and this is with variables I2 and V2, we refer it as port 2. So we have two ports here. And what are the parameters which we are going to study here? So we'll be studying, first one is open circuit impedance parameters. It is also called as Z parameters. Next we'll study short circuit admittance parameters. Okay, it is Y parameters. Next is hybrid parameters, and next is the transmission parameters. See, first one, open circuit impedance parameters. The second one is just opposite of it, short circuit admittance parameters. Okay, and these two other two are just the mixture of the first two. It is like hybrid parameters and transmission parameters, and the transmission parameters is also called T parameter or ABCD chain. So you should know these different names, because in questions they may not tell like transmission only. They may tell find T parameters, or they may ask you to find ABCD. So you should know the name. They may tell you Z parameter, or it may be called as open circuit also. So first we'll move on to our Z parameters. So the defining equations of these parameters are, so first we have to know completely, you should be thorough with this defining equations. Okay, how the defining equation is written, V1 is equal to Z11. Okay, this is Z11 I1 plus Z1 as equation, and Z2 Z22 I2, call it as equation 2. So these both are the defining equations. See here, voltage is related to current. Okay, it is related to current and impedances. Impedances are split into Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. So here some conditions will be there. Okay, for Z parameters we have condition V2 I2 is equal to 0. Okay, that is the condition we have. I2 is equal to 0. So that should be taken. First condition is I2 is equal to 0. Okay. Second condition is when I1 is equal to 0. So these two conditions you have to remember. So here we are making current as 0. Because we are making current as 0, it is called as open circuit. That is the name. Okay. Open circuit impedance parameters. Impedance means what? Z11, Z21, Z22, Z12. That is what we are finding here. Since we are making current as 0, when I2 is made 0, you can see in the equation 1. When I2 is made 0, what will be Z11? Z11 is nothing but V1 by I1. So that is written here. V1 by I1. Okay. Again here when I2 is made 0, what will be Z21? Z21 is V2 by I1. So this is how you will find out the parameters. So when I2 is made 0, Z11 and Z21 is written here. Similarly, go when I1 is made 0. When I1 is made 0, what will be Z12? It will be V1 by I2. What will be Z22? It will be V2 by I2. So that two parameters are written here. So when solving problems, you have to see these conditions and solve it, okay? Or you have to bring the equations for matching this defining equations, okay? When I do the example, you'll follow it. Fine. And what we call this, the Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22 are called open circuit impedance parameters, okay? And they are obtained by making I1 or I2 0. When you make current 0, what do you mean? It is mean by open circuiting the ports alternately. And how this is the circuit diagram for Z parameters. So V1 and V2 is written here. I1 Z11, I2 Z22. Here we have Z12 I2 and Z21 I1. The voltage sources are written here. This is the circuit for Z parameters. First, next we move on to the definitions for this. What was the name for Y parameters? It was short circuit admittance. Okay. So here we'll write I1. You will write here I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. Call it as equation 1. And I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. Here, see what we are doing here. When V2 is equal to 0, voltage is made 0. When voltage is made 0, what we call? We call it as short circuit. And we are finding the admittance, that is Y11. Y11 represents admittance and Z11 represents impedance. So for impedance, it is voltage divided by current, and for admittance, it is current divided by voltage. Okay, you have to remember that. So Y11 is equal to I1 by V1. So when V2 is made 0, when V2 is made 0, so this full term will go. So what will be Y11? It is I1 by V1. Similarly, Y21 is I2 by V1. Find out for when V1 is 0. When V1 is 0, you will get other two parameters, that is Y12 and Y22. So we have found out 4 admittance parameters by making voltage 0. That is V2 at once V2 0 and V1 0. And what we call this Y11, Y12, Y21 and Y22 are called short circuit admittance parameters. Getting it? So first parameters where current was made 0 and we found out impedance. Here voltage is made 0. The second parameter, that is Y parameter, and we found out the admittance. Okay, and this is the diagram. This is the circuit diagram for Y parameters. And this is I1 and I2. So Y11, Y12, V2 where the current source is written. After these two parameters, we'll move on to the H parameters. The defining equation for these parameters are first equation. See here V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. This is the first equation. Second, you should write in terms of I2. So here V1 once, next is I2. I2 is H21 I1 plus H22 V2. You have to remember this defining equations. Okay, in Z parameters it was written in terms of voltages. Second, Y parameters for current. Okay, I1 and I2. Now for H parameters, both are mixed here. It is hybrid, like it has both. It has V1 and I2. So first condition is when voltage is made 0. What do you mean by voltage making 0? It is we are short circuiting it. Okay. So H11 is V1 by I1 and H21 is I2 by I1. See, both are currents here. Okay. Here it is voltage divided by current. Next condition is when I1 is made 0. Here once voltage will be made, next current will be made. So 2 by V2 input impedance. Okay, short circuit input impedance, because this represents impedance only. It is voltage divided by current, and it is short circuit because voltage is made 0. When we have both are currents. Okay, I2 by I1, when we have, we call it as gain. Short circuit current gain, because it is output divided by input, so it is a gain. Next, when current is made 0, we call it as open circuit output admittance. Okay, open circuit output admittance, and the last one is called open circuit voltage gain. Getting it? This is the equation, or this is the circuit for H parameters. H11, I1, V1 and I2, H22 is written. Next we'll move on to the T parameters. The defining equation for these parameters are V1 is equal to, these are the defining equations. V1 is equal to AV2 minus BI2, that is equation 1, and I1 is equal to CV2 minus DI2. Okay, here A, B, C, D, the other name which we call is our A, B, C, D. So V1 and I1 are written. These are the equations. Here, when I2 is made 0, here when I2 is made 0, it is written the reciprocal here. 1 by A is equal to V2 by V1. So what will be A? A is nothing but V1 by V2. And 1 by C is V2 by I1. Similarly, voltage is made 0 here. V2 is made 0. So minus 1 by B is I2 by V1 and minus 1 by D is I2 by I1. So these are the 4 parameters, that is A, B, C, D or T parameters for the transmission parameters by using this defining equations. Okay. So these are the 4 parameters, and what we call, see this transmission parameters, it gives the relationship between voltage and current at one port to the voltage and current at the other port. So 1 by A is called open circuit voltage gain, 1 by C open circuit transfer impedance, minus 1 by B is called short circuit transfer admittance, and 1 by D is short circuit current gain. Okay, so these are the parameters that are used. So all the 4 parameters we have done. First one is Z parameters, next is Y parameters, okay, next is H parameters, and the last one is T parameters or ABCD parameters. So to solve these parameters, you have to know the defining equations. Fine. So next we'll move on to the problems. The first one is find Z parameters for the network shown. To find the Z parameters for the network shown, okay, they have given a network here which has like 10 ohm resistor, 15 ohm resistor and 5 ohm resistor, and we have V1 and I1 and V2 or I2. See here, my important have need not the only. Okay, one is clockwise direction, one is anti-clockwise direction. I2 is against. You should not change it. You should not do clockwise, because for 2-port networks, both the currents are going inside the port. Okay, inside the port, this is the network we have. So I1 and I2 should have this direction only. You should not change the direction of I1 and I2. And V1 and V2 are plus minus polarity. Okay, that should be followed. So what they have told you, find Z parameters for the network shown. So first, to find the Z parameters, what is the important thing? First we have to write the equations of Z parameters. So V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, and V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. First write away the equations. Fine. Here what we have to find out? We have to find out Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22. These are the parameters we have to find. So first what we'll do, we'll write the loop equation. So we assume that this is one loop. Okay, this V1, I1, this is one loop and this is the other loop. Okay, so we have 2 loops here. We can write the loop equations, that is the mesh analysis. We'll start. Okay, since they have given already I1, we'll start with this. We'll start from here. So it is 10 I1. So in mesh analysis, we'll be writing voltage. Okay, voltage in terms of current and resistance. So what we have here, 10 ohm is resistance and I1 is the current. So 10 I1. So 10 I1 is written here. 10 I1. And here this is one resistance where two currents are there. And one important thing you have to remember is both the currents are going in the same direction. I1 is coming, okay, downwards, and I2 also is coming downwards. Both are in the same direction. So it is 5 into I1 plus I2. That is important. Okay, it is 5 into I1 plus I2. Before, in all other problems we had written I1 minus I2 because both the currents were in the opposite direction. Here we are in the direction to I, and in the negative part, okay, we write it as minus V1. Minus V1 is equal to 0. So this is the first equation. Just to simplify the equation, so 10 plus 5, 15 I1 plus 5I2 is equal to V1. Call it as equation 1. Next we'll write for loop 2. What is the equation for loop 2? It is 15I2 plus 5 into I2 plus I1 minus V2 is equal to 0. So 15I2 plus 5 into I2 plus I1 minus V2 is equal to 0. Just simplify it, what you will get? 5I1 plus 20I2 is equal to V2. So we got two loop equations, equation 1 and equation 2. See, important part here is you can solve this by many methods. You can just take as the current is 0. You can put I1 0 and find out the Z11, Z12, okay, from the defining equations. Or the easy part is just compare this. You can compare equation 1 and equation 2 with the defining equations. Okay, when you compare the with the defining equations, you can see here for V1 we have V1, okay, I1 I1, I2 I2. Then what will be Z11? Z11 will be nothing but 15. What will be Z12? Z12 is nothing but 5. Okay, just comparing here when you compare. And what will be Z21? Z21 will be 5 and Z22 will be 20. Okay, just comparing equation 1 and 2 with the main defining equations, you can find out the parameters here. So Z11 is 15, Z12 is 5, Z21 is 5 and Z22 is 20. Just write it in the square bracket in matrix form if you write. So this will complete your finding the Z parameters. Okay, this is one method. Just writing the loop equation and comparing it with the standard equation. So we'll move on with the second example. Determine Z and Y parameters. They have gone with both the parameters for the circuit shown. Just they have increased one. See, there are two ways of solving it. One thing is, see, we have a delta here. You can observe here. This 1, 2 and 2. This forms a delta. Okay. This delta can be converted to star. Fine. After converting to star, you can solve it. The network will be reduced and you can solve it. That is one method. One more is we can go with taking the three loops. See, I1 and I2 should not be disturbed. Okay, it should not be disturbed. This I1 and I2. So I1 and I2 are having this direction. So it should be kept like that only. After I1 and I2, for this loop, you can assume a I3 current. Okay, here they have assumed I3 in clockwise direction. We have always preferred with clockwise. So go with clockwise only. So this you take it as I3. As usual, write the equations. First write for Z parameters, write the defining equations of Z parameters. Okay. Next write the loop equation for the first loop. What is the equation? It is 2I1. Fine. And here it is 1 into I1 is in this direction and I3 is in the upward direction. It is opposite. So you have to write 1 into I1 minus I3 minus V1 is equal to 0. So solve it, you will get 3I1 minus I3 is equal to V1. That is equation 1. Similarly, write it for loop, that is for loop 1. Next, write for loop 2. Loop 2 is 1 into I1, 1 into I3 minus I1 plus 2 into I3 plus 2 into I3 plus I2 is equal to 0. This one 2 into this is coming in this direction only, and I2 also is coming in this direction. So it is 2 into I3 plus I2, okay, is equal to 0. Solve it, you'll get this. Next, for loop 3 we have written, okay, the last one, the last loop. This is, we call it as loop 3. Just write it as 2 into I2 plus I3 is equal to V2. So we got now 3 equations. See here, what in our defining equations, what we have only I1 and I2. We don't have this I3. Okay, if you want to compare, this I3 should be removed. So always you should see what is the, how the equation is different from the standard equation. We don't have I3. Okay, so this equation is written here. So consider this loop 2 equation. In this loop 2 equation, that is minus I1 plus 2I2 plus 5I3 is equal to 0. Okay, in this equation, just write for equation for I3. So I3 is equal to, this 5 will come to the RHS, it will be 1 by 5. When it comes to, it becomes plus, so it is I1 minus 2I2. Minus became plus and plus has become minus. So this is the equation we get for I3. It is simplified and written here. This I3 equation should be substituted in equation 1. So equation 4 should be substituted in equation 1. So what is our equation 1? Equation 1 is, okay, 3I1, okay, 3I1 minus of this complete is nothing but our I3. Okay, I3 is substituted here. After substituting I3, simplify it, you will get the equation 5. So we have only I1 and I2. So you can just compare with the standard equation. Next is again substituting equation 4 in equation 3. Just remove the I3 term and you will get the equations 5 and 6. So comparing 5 and 6 with the standard equation, we'll get the Z parameters, that is Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. This is one method where we assumed one more current I3. Next what we'll do, the simple method is just convert this delta to star. Okay, the star network I have put here. This is the star network. Convert that star delta to star. So when we convert delta to star, the branches which are when we convert it, okay, what will be the formula? It is 2 into 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 2 for this branch. For this branch it is 2 into 2 divided by 2 plus 1 plus 2. Similarly for this branch it is 1 into 2 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 2. That is the formula to convert delta to star. Okay. After conversion, the values are written here. Fine. So how these two resistors are, this 2 and 0.4, they are in series. It is nothing but 2.4. Okay. So the network will be reduced like this, 2.4, 0.8 and 0.4. Fine. So it is like same like the first problem, 2.4, 0.8 and 0.4. Just write the loop equation, loop 1 and loop 2 equation. Compare it with the standard equation, you will get the same answer. So loop 1 and loop 2 mesh equations are written. Comparing, we will get the Z11, Z12, Z21. So this is the other way. So whenever they give some extra branches, see that you convert them to the using star delta transformation. You bring this to the standard form. So it will be very easy. You can just write the equation, loop equation, and compare it with the standard equation. So this is how to find out the Z parameters. Now we'll see how to find out the Y parameters. Okay. So first we have to write the defining equation for Y parameters. Okay. So I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. I2 is Y21. Okay. The defining equation is written. So this is the network. After reducing, after converting delta to star, the reduced network is written here. For this network, just write the loop equations. So what are the loop equations? We will get it is 2.8 I1 plus 0.4 I2 is equal to V1. So first loop equation and second loop equation is written. Okay, it is 0.8 I2 plus 0.4 into both I1 and I2 same direction. Method. First, the defining equations. After writing the defining equations of y parameters, what is the condition here? In y parameters, we'll be making V2 is equal to 0. Okay, it is short circuit admittance. Short circuit means what? Voltage is made 0. So when V2 is made 0, what is Y11? Y11 is I1 by V1 and Y21 is I2 by V1. So these are the two things we know. And y12 is I1 by V2 when V1 is made 0. So, okay, here, listen here. So, y11 is I1, okay, divided by V1. So, these two terms, I1 by V1. So, we have I1 and V1. So, what we don't want here, this I2 should be removed. We don't want this I2. This I2 should be put in terms of I1. Okay, that is one way of solving. Okay, so to remove I2, what we'll do? Consider the equation 2. In equation 2, what we can do? We can make V2 0. Okay. While making V2 0, you have to remember we are finding Y11 and Y21. To find out Y11 and Y21, V2 is made 0. So this V2 is made 0. So what we'll write? 0.4 I1 plus 1.2 I2 is equal to 0. When it is made 0, you can write I2 in terms of I1. So just bring I1 to the RHS. So it will become 1.2 I2 is equal to minus 0.4 I1. Okay. So what will be I2? I2 is nothing but minus 0.33 I1. So we got I2 in terms of I1. Why we are doing this? Because we want Y11 and it is I1 by V1. I1 by V1 we have. We don't want I2. So instead of writing to remove I2, we'll write I2 in terms of I1. So we'll write 0.4 into, see here, 2.8 I1 plus 0.4 into this value is substituted here. Okay. Just substituting the value, fine, is equal to V1. So we'll get I1 and V1. So I1 by V1 is nothing but Y11. Since it is admittance, the unit is inverse of ohm. Okay, that is written here. That is first parameter Y11. Okay, next what we have, what we want, we just I2 is 0.33 I1. So how much is I1? I1 is minus 3.303 I2. Just inversing it. Okay, we'll get I1. So substitute the value of I1. So because for next parameter, that is Y21, we want I2, we don't want I1. Okay, for Y21, we require I2. We don't want I1, just inverse the process. Substitute the value Y2 by V1. So you'll get Y21. So we got Y11 and Y21. This is required for V2 is 0. Okay. When V2 is 0, we have done. And next we'll follow with V1. The same method will be followed for V1 is equal to 0. When V1 is equal to 0, you have to find out Y22 and Y12. So when V1 is equal to 0, just find out the I2 value. After finding the I2 value, substitute in the equation 2. Okay, because we want I2 by V2. Getting it? We want I2 by V2. This one. I2 by V2 we want, but we don't want I1. So I1 should be removed or I1 should be put in terms of I2. So that is done here. So 0.4 I1 minus 8.4 I1 is equal to V2. So we'll get I1 by V2 is Y12. That is first one. And for Y22, just inverse it. Put I2 in terms, I1 in terms of I2. Just substitute here. We'll get Y22. So all the four parameters you should put in a bracket and substitute here. So you should see the condition. What is the condition they have given? Okay. which parameters you are finding, what is the condition given. Accordingly, you have to try to solve it. For y parameters and for z parameters, you have to see the conditions. Okay, thank you.